Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Foster and today I have been having a really bad week, quite honestly. And so I wanted to do something fun for myself and I thought that I would get into cosplay and do some baking. So I have a cookbook here. I'm just gonna clear up my space. I have a cookbook here. It is eggless baking because I have an egg allergy. So it's a fairly recent allergy. It's been less than a year, so I've been trying to adjust. I always loved baking. That was like my hobby, comfort thing. Like anytime that I was bored or needed something to do, I would bake. But now so much baking involves eggs, so I've had to kind of take a break from that because I can't eat anything that I make. But I was gifted this cookbook, and so I thought that it would be fun to go ahead and try to make some recipes. So I picked out this strawberry thumbprint cookie recipe. I have all the ingredients. I don't know that I've ever made thumbprint cookies, to be honest, but how hard can they be, right? They also just looked pretty good, and yeah, so we're gonna make those. I've kind of already, I've kind of already set everything up. It is really warm in here. Aizawa is not a good summertime cosplay, but I have all of the ingredients out here. So the first thing that I did in prep was I'm having the recipe, by the way. So you need a half cup of salted butter. I usually use unsalted when I bake, but this recipe calls for salted. So I just microwaved it in increments of 10 seconds until it's like kind of soft, you know, it kind of squishes a little bit, but you don't want it to be like liquidy or else it's not gonna work. So I already went ahead and softened my butter. So the thing is, this calls for the paddle attachment, which I don't have. I only have like regular beaters or the hooks. So we're gonna hope for the best, I guess. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so we're gonna add the butter, the sugar, and the vanilla. So it is a half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick of butter. And they do, butter, like when it comes in sticks, has the little measurements on the wrapper. So if you ever are unsure, you can always look at that. And then I need 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons, which is half of 3/4 cup of sugar. So, oops. So it was 1/4 cup. And then 1/4 cup. And then 2 tablespoons. Okay. Of sugar. And then we need half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I use the imitation vanilla. It's, in my opinion, the same. And it's a lot cheaper than the real stuff, but half a teaspoon. And then when you pour like something like vanilla, you never want to measure it over the bowl, because if you over pour, you're just going to pour it into your bowl and you're going to have way too much vanilla. Okay, so now we're going to mix this on low, and then we're going to mix it for an additional 5 minutes. Okay, so this is, if I can get it off the thing, So this is it mixed. It's set until light and fluffy. I think that looks pretty good. So now, sorry, I'm like out of frame. Now we need to add cream cheese to the mix. So I need basically an ounce of cream cheese. It's funny, I don't like cream cheese, but I love like cheesecake. And then we're gonna mix it again, and then we're gonna add flour and cinnamon. Interestingly, there's no like rising agents. There's no baking soda or baking powder, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so now we're gonna add the flour and the cinnamon, and then we're gonna just mix it until a dough forms. So we need 1.5 cups of flour. Oh my God. Love that for me. Well, okay, cup, and then a 1/2 cup, and then we need, how much cinnamon do we need? Like, making a mess. We need 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, and then just a little bit of cinnamon. Okay, and then we're gonna mix this again. Okay, so this is what we're working with right now. Honestly, doesn't seem quite right, but I'm gonna have to trust the process with this one. I gotta like scrape it all though. I think it'll form into a dough. It's just like a not how I'd normally make cookies. But I've never made this type of cookie before, so we're gonna find out. Okay, so I am back. I got my preserves. I didn't realize that this was all I had. So we're gonna just make it work. We're gonna do what we can. It's part of why I cut the recipe in half, but I didn't realize there was that little. So we're gonna just see what we could do. I think this will be fine because I can like press it and it'll be fine. Okay, so they're just saying to make 30 balls, which I'm not making 30. And then we're just gonna flatten them a little bit, push a thumb in, put the preserves in, and then we're gonna refrigerate it for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So I don't know how big to make them is the thing. No, Mars. That's my cat that you can hear in the background. Okay, yeah, this is definitely like a dough. It feels kind of like making sand a little bit, like moon sand. Does anyone remember moon sand? I think that's what it was called. Like the kinetic sand, but I think when I was a kid they called it moon sand. That's what it texturally reminds me of. Okay. They're like, I don't know. I don't have high hopes for this, guys. At first I was like, oh, this will be fine, and now I'm like, I don't know about this. I'm gonna add more dough to this. I feel like they need more liquid, but I'm gonna I'm gonna follow the recipe. I'm gonna trust that the recipe knows what it's doing. I don't actually know, I've never made cookies like this before. I don't know how indented I'm supposed to make them either. Like how big of a thumbprint I'm supposed to make. They also don't tell you, like usually they say like, oh, a certain sized ball of dough, but they didn't tell me that. I think they're getting progressively bigger too. But they don't seem like the kind of cookie to expand a lot. Like chocolate chip cookies, like spread. I don't think these are gonna be that kind of cookie. I think what I should do is start filling them at the same time that I'm making them, so I don't accidentally make like a whole bunch of cookies that don't have any filling. These are definitely getting like real big, but it's fine. I've also never like seen anybody make these cookies before, so I'm really just guessing here. I'm gonna start putting some, yeah, I've got like very little in here. I'm gonna start putting some in the cookies. Okay, you know what? I feel like you actually don't need that much. So we might be okay. Okay. I think we can make like 2 more cookies maybe. Which I kind of feel like I don't really want to waste a whole nother pan. Like a whole other tray. I don't know if I can like scoop them. Kind of. Sort of, maybe. We're gonna see if we can like squeeze in 2 more like right there. Okay, so we're gonna put these in the fridge for about 30 minutes. And then probably like halfway through, I will preheat the oven. My camera is all tilted. We'll preheat the oven and then we'll bake them for 19 to 23 minutes. So I will see you guys when we are ready to bake. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes and I already preheated the oven. So I'm gonna take the cookies out of the fridge. I haven't looked at them yet. I assume they're gonna look pretty much the same, but I don't know. So we're gonna find out. Oh God. Okay, so this is what they look like. I'm trying to not like tip them over completely. I don't know, we're gonna find out, I guess. They look the same. All right, so we're gonna bake them. I think it was 19 to 23 minutes or something like that. The oven is set to 350 and I will show you guys when they're done. Okay, so I think the cookies might be done. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, the preserves kind of bubbled over, which I guess is my fault. But I'm gonna say that I think they're done. Okay, so the cookies have mostly cooled. I definitely didn't leave like big enough indents because they kind of like spilled out of the cookies. But we're gonna continue on. We're gonna make the icing and then we will give them a taste. So the recipe for the icing says to mix water and powdered sugar. I've never heard of using water to do it. I've always heard milk, so that's what I'm gonna do. So it's gonna be a half cup of powdered sugar, and that's probably gonna even be too much because I didn't make that many cookies, but it's fine. All right, so it's gonna be a half a cup of powdered sugar, 1 tablespoon of milk. Okay, so we're just gonna mix it. That doesn't feel like enough icing. I should also probably get something to like drizzle it on the cookies, but we're just gonna use the whisk because I don't feel like getting up again. All right, so this is the icing. Let's see if I can do this. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, that, okay. Whoop. That, did not quite go as I wanted, but, you know, that's fine. That one's just gonna, have a lot of icing. Just a lot of icing. We're just gonna ignore that first one. That was the test one. I'm trying to make them look like kind of cute, but okay. All right, so this is what we're working with. See, this one looks pretty good, but this one is something. I'm not gonna put that one on the plate at the moment. We're not gonna talk about what that looks like either. Okay, so this is the cookies. Oh, they're spilling. I don't want that. I think they look like they came out pretty good. They're gonna fall off the plate. I'm gonna try the one that got all. Yeah. Okay. They're pretty good. I think they're a little thick. I definitely should have like flattened them more and like smushed like the thumbprint part in more. They're a little bit dry, but I think part of that is because they're so thick and there's not as much like jam, preserves, whatever. It's just like a very thin like layer of it. Besides that, I like them. They're good. Okay, well, now that I'm done chewing, thank you guys for watching. I'll leave a link to the cookbook in the description if you guys want to check it out, if you want the recipe or anything. I would like to do more of this kind of stuff because I love baking, and I want to start like getting back into doing hobbies and stuff. And I want to be able to make more stuff for you guys. So I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know. If you have other things that you want to see me do in cosplay or out of cosplay, or other things you want to see me make, please let me know in the comments down below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.